Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I'm just bringing the Sampo Rosenloo back from the dealership, and I have a little bit of a tailback behind me. I think that's every car that's on the map now, queued up behind me. So they'll spin round right here, and as we're going past here, my weekly question this week, I'm going to be doing some silage soon at the McLean Biogas plant. We won't be doing silage for the cattle yet, we'll do that later, obviously when we actually buy them. So, do you want me to do maize silage here in field 6 and just take it up to the gas plant, the biogas plant? Do you want me to do grass silage in field 7 and 8, possibly 12, although I'm not going to commit to that one yet. I'm not quite sure how long it's going to take us and everything. Or would you like me to do a mixture of the two and do maize in field 6 and grass in probably 7 and 8 and do those three together? Well, definitely 6 and 7. Whether we do 8 as well, I don't know. So obviously that would take longer if we do a mixed bag of silage. But it's entirely up to you. It's your vote. It's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know what you would like. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. So I'm going to start by combining field 1 here. But before I do that, I'm going to get the Fendt and I'm going to set it up planting in that field right there. And we're not going to do wheat in there. I think we will do... You know, I have no idea what we'll do in there. I think let's just stop that one a minute. There we go. I'll go and get the Fendt a minute, and we've got to get it loaded with seed first. Right, we'll take this one up here. We will use the seed bins that we got over here to fill this bad boy up. There's nothing in those sheds. Is there anything in this shed? I don't know if there is. We'll open it up. We can leave it open, actually. I think it's going to be just fine. There we go. Like that. And you like that. There we go. Well, there's nothing in there at the moment, so we can leave the doors open on that one. I think that should be okay. And that is fertilizer on that one, isn't it? Yeah, and then this is seed over here. And I think that is the bale sell point. So let's just spin round like this. Yes, it's obviously out in front. The lid is already lifted up. This one doesn't take fertilizer, and I was wondering if we ought to get one that does take fertilizer. Whether that would speed the process up a little bit. Good gravy. Seed is expensive. That's 1,800. Well, it's minus it. That's yeah. I was going to say it's about $3,000 because we were 1,800 plus. $3,179 seed costs. That's yeah. That's not cheap. That's not cheap at all. I contacted I think it's Smith97 Gaming. Is it the guy that made this map? Told him about the silos there. He said yes, he thinks he knows what the issue is. He's gonna take a look at it. So whether there'll be an update released on ModHub or what, or whether he'll just sort of send me a quick fix, I'm not quite sure. But I will keep you updated on that one. And if we do get a fix for it, I will let you all know. I don't think we need to see this. We've seen me drilling seed not that long ago, so I'll do I think I'll do 2 passes around the field. Yeah, if I do 2 passes around the field, then I can set the hired help going on here, and we can get going with our combining. Now, I've had a request from a couple of people have pointed out that really they'd like to see me doing a lot of grass-related stuff and the animals and that, and they don't want to see me doing a lot of arable stuff on this map. And I've done a bit of arable stuff so far. I'm not going to be doing a huge amount, but we will keep a couple of fields ticking over. I'm going to farm this map very much like my father and his father before him used to farm their farm that they had many years ago. My dad had a farm for several years, and he sold it when I was quite young, but he farmed in much the same way that his father had. And what they did was they were dairy farmers, and they grew a small amount of crop. So the grain that they fed the cattle while they were milking them, they grew it themselves, and it was mostly oats that they grew because it went through the combine a lot easier, and a little bit of barley. They did try, well, my dad tried wheat once and didn't work out so well. The combine really didn't like it. It was a really old Massey Ferguson, I can't remember, so it's one of the ones without the cab, and I really can't remember the number of it now. But yeah, he had this old Massey Ferguson combine, and he said putting the wheat through it, that made it grunt more than anything else. So he only did that once, and then after that they stuck with oats mostly, because the oats went through the combine nice and easy, and they separated out very easily. So it was a very good crop to do. Just come up round here, and I'm going to have to get the little bit that I miss on the next pass. I think I've just hit the fence there, and that is not the way to behave. So yeah, I'm going to do it kind of like that. I'm going to grow a small amount of crops that we would kind of say would be for our animals. I mean, they're not actually going to be for our animals, we're just going to sell them. But we're not going to be doing massive amounts of crops, so I won't be cropping all of the fields that we got here all at once. We'll just keep a few of them on rotation. I would eventually like to plant at least one crop in every field that's ploughed up, just to sort of see what it's like using the fields, because field 4 has got another ditch up through the middle, although that one really we'll just farm it as 2 separate fields. It'll be easier. But yeah, that's kind of my plan. So I'm not going to do a massive amount of it. I know I've been doing a fair bit at the moment, although to be fair, I think we've sort of done half and half so far. So yeah, we'll sort of keep it like that. It's mostly going to be animal focused, and we don't have the pigs here, so we won't be panicking about getting loads of crops in for the pigs. It is mostly going to be about cattle and sheep, because we are in New Zealand, and New Zealand focuses mostly on cattle and sheep. Right, I will finish going round. I'm going to do at least one more pass, possibly, I was going to say, 2 passes. I'll see sort of how it looks, and then we'll see if we can get the auto tractor to carry on where we leave off. Right, I've done twice around, and we're going to see if the hired help can do this. And yes, I've just realised that I'm planting wheat in here. I didn't actually intend to plant wheat, so we will go for wheat. Right, helper settings. Now, turn offset. I don't know what the turn offset does. Turn modes, O-shape, turn. Oh, it only does O-shape turn with it being trailed like this, I'm guessing. Headland is off. I don't know what the headland setting does, whether it's something to do with when you're moving up and down. Turn angle, I believe, is how far, is what someone said in comments, was it's how far your wheels will turn on your vehicle. So if we put that to 75, and we'll see what that does. Collision check on connected field only. Pause. Right, what the manual steering does, I don't know, but we'll say OK for that, and I will change that one to moving up and down. Lower all implements. There we go. And I'll get rid of the hired help now. And now I'm going to press H, and I'm going to see if it will work. So now it's scanning the field to see how big it is. Right, it's now decided how big the field is. Okay, yes, that was my phone, which interrupted at a very bad time, really. Right, now, is he going to be able to turn around properly here? Do we have enough room, or am I going to have to do another pass along the bottom and along the top of the field? He looks like he's coping with it. He's going to come over, straightened up a bit. Is he going to back up now? I'm assuming he's now going to back up. Yes, he's backing up. And we'll also assume that he's checking for the fence so he doesn't drive into it. Okay, maybe not. Probably not the best way to approach that. Not really. But it did do it. Right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to press H and stop it for a second. I'm going to do one more pass along the bottom of the field and one more along the top of the field, so he's got more room to turn round, and then we'll get going with our combining. I'm just unhitching the weeder off the back of the New Holland, so slow it down there, take that one off. We're going to whiz this one back up to... See, we can't use that workshop there because that one charges us $1,000 every time it does some work, whereas this one up here doesn't. And we need to put our standard wheels back on, which we can't afford to do if we've got to spend $1,000 to do it. However, we should be able to afford to do it on here because they did fix the issue where you couldn't change anything. Yeah, you've only got standard or narrow tyres on here anyway. Engine setup. So we could go from what we've got at the moment, another 20 horsepower for another 10 grand. We don't want that at the moment anyway, so we'll just customise for this. Yes, I do. Configuration has changed. Okay, and we now have standard wheels. do we have a spare weight lying around? I don't think we do. I think we've got that one on the Linda. We did have another weight here somewhere. Oh no, we do have one. We could do with this, I think, to go on the front of this one. Let me just come up here and collect that one. There we go. Yeah, I think we could do with this just to help keep the front down while we're bombing around with that trailer. We've got a cultivator there, but we don't have a plough anywhere, I don't think. And before we do any more, we're going to, before we do another round of crop in these fields, we're going to want a plough. Partly because what I'd like to do is I'd like to plough up, I'd like to take out the 2 trees over there, and I'd like to plough up those irrigation ditches, and then farm them. I think it's going to be interesting, to say the least. If it ends up being a complete failure, then we'll seed it back over with grass or something like that. But to start with, I think it could definitely be interesting. Right, that tractor, he does seem to be doing the job now. I've done along the bottom and the top, and we've just left him going. So we'll see how he gets on with that little task. The combine here, we are going to start this one up, and we're going to send it to the left with the standard hired help. Not standard hired help, with the improved AI. And I'm hoping that it's going to go round the funny L-shaped bit in the middle. And this is the one reason that I'd like to keep the funny shaped L bit, the funny L-shaped kind of thing in the middle, is because I think it could be quite interesting being able to do this with the combine each time. Now, is the straw swath on or off? I don't know if you can tell. It doesn't look like there's anything that changes. We'll have to look on here. I'd like to try and do it without having to look on here. Enable straw swath. Right, no, it doesn't look like anything moved there, but it is now enabled. So let's go there. Now, this one, we want round and round. We want to go keep it on the left side, so the spout is on the outside. I don't know what that does. That's auto steer. I don't know what auto steer is all about. I really don't. And in settings now, the turn angle, I'm going to put this up to 100%. I don't know what the turn angle does. I think it's to do with how, like someone said, how far it turns. And we'll do weight during unload at the moment. So let's, yes, we'll leave it all like that. So we'll say OK. And I'll get rid of that. And so I want to start this bad boy up. I'm going to come in and I'm going to just cut this first little bit. So I come around here. And there's our straw swath enabled. And now I'm going to press H and let the machine do it. 2, 3, 4, 4.95 hectares it's saying this field is. Now, the auto tractor in FS15, there were some issues with it. It was a bit difficult because of the quantity and variety of machines that you get with the tractors. It made it quite difficult for the game to sort of read it and everything. Whereas the auto combine was just, I was going to say it's just about perfect, but I don't really know what you're trying to do there, pal. But that ain't the way to do it. I do remember with the auto combine, the very first time around the outside could sometimes be a little bit interesting, to say the least, because it can't quite turn round. Some of the corners, although you kind of look at it and you think, well, actually you could do that corner, but then it chooses not to. It just has some issues with the occasional corner. Most of this drainage ditch, I think, will be okay. We don't want to go too tight down towards the pipes. That's where it gets quite deep. It's probably the green stripe sort of level with the back of the combine now. That would be about where we would come to. All of this, that little bit in the middle might be interesting. But I think generally we should be okay with attempting this. It's certainly going to be interesting, I know that much. Now, on the inside turns, it was usually okay, but it looks like it's reading the field different to where I personally would say the field is. But that's okay, I can live with that as well. Yes, it looks like it's reading the field boundary completely different to what the actual boundary is, unless it's just the way that it likes to sort of cut in across the corner so that it can make the turn properly. At the moment, however, this is looking pretty good. This is a considerable improvement over the standard AI, being able to come around like this. I mean, we are not actually cutting anything right now, but that might just be the way that it wants to turn the corners so that it can keep moving, and then on the next time round it might do a better job. We'll see. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do... Actually, I think we'll do 3 times around the outside. And after we've done 3 times around the outside, I think then we can start moving up and down doing land work. And the thing with this field, because of the odd shape, you've got to divide the land work up into a couple of sections. So you sort of do one piece along the bottom here, one piece all the way up the side there, and in that middle bit, probably you'd just go sideways. Not quite sure, really. We'll see how it works out. Now, how it deals with this corner. This could be interesting, because we set the turn to 100%. And what's he... This is what I don't get. Why is he stopping now? Why has he decided that he's got to come out and turn on that? Unless it's because it's read the other edge of the field. I mean, it's getting itself stuck, hopelessly. Which we can't have. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to assist it just a little bit. Come out here like that. And... Go on, you can do it. I know it's a little bit steep here. Come up like that. See, it ought to be able to just go round that corner without any trouble. So I'm not quite sure why. And we've turned it up to 100%. So in theory, it should be able to just get round that corner. I know that this is still in beta testing. But the last I heard is they've actually been working with someone from Giants to try to get this to work properly. Which is absolutely awesome. And it might be being released onto ModHub. I really hope it is. It's been in beta testing. It's sort of been a quiet group, really. It has been leaked out onto all of the pirate sites. Don't download this from the pirate sites. I've put a link in my description, the actual link that you should use. As soon as this goes onto ModHub, I will remove the link and we will use the ModHub version. And I would love to see this go onto ModHub, because then the input that you start to get once it goes onto ModHub from all the other users, it becomes phenomenal. You get a huge community of people then coming in together, and there'll be almost without a doubt a thread opened on the Giants forums, and you get input from all sides. Everybody then works together to really help to create something absolutely incredible. That's one of the things I love about this community, the farming simulator community in general. I mean, obviously, as with any community, there's always going to be a few bad eggs here and there, but generally speaking, this community is just fantastic. Most people are just so willing to help others out, and just put in so much for so little return, really. Like the things that people will do just because, oh yeah, I really feel like having a go with that and see if we can get that to work. Right, I'm going to stay talking now, because we're going to tab through and just, we don't want those two. We want to check on this one, because we want to see how he's doing. He's coming along quite nicely. It's a little slow because of the turning on the ends of the fields, but it is doing it okay. It looks like we need 3, but it's not leaving any patches. There's no patches being left behind, which I would say is a huge positive as far as this is concerned. So that one's doing just grand, and then we've got our tractor here that we need to bring over, and we can really test now how everything is going to respond to going through the ditches, because we're going to take this tractor through the ditch. And I reckon that if we bring it up to this point up here, we could get away with it. It's steep, there's no denying that it's steep, and it's going to be difficult to get through there, but I think that we could get away with doing that and have the hired help working through it. At least that's what I'm hoping. That is what we're going to try. We're going to have to we'll remove the trees, we get the stump grinder in there, and then we've got to get a plough going, so on and so forth. Right, excuse me, I'm going to unload this combine, and then I will come back to you when we're moving again, because I've got to go and clear my throat and everything. Right, combine is away, moving away up the field, and what I thought that we would do is we would just bring in another element of gameplay that we can use. Towards automation, we go right hand control and F, and he will start following that combine. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to bring it back. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to offset or anything. I want to bring it back like that. Right, is that be far enough? That should be okay, I think. Yeah, so basically all you do is you hold the right hand control button, and then the WASD keys move it the offset distance forwards, backwards, or sideways, and that seems to be working quite nicely. So let's run up to the combine now. We want to ride with the combine. Going up through here shouldn't be any problem whatsoever, so long as it doesn't cut in on the corner too tightly. The issue is going to be turning around at the top of the field, and hopefully it's going to do this okay. This is the little bit that might cause us a bit of a problem. We are going to need to do at least one more turn around the field so that it can turn properly when it's doing its land work. I think we'll probably be okay, actually. Right, now it's coming round. It's not taking a full swath. I think if we had a bigger combine with a bigger header, it would work a little bit better. And I'm also thinking that we should eventually buy a combine back, because it could get expensive having to do it like this each time. This cost us 10 grand to lease this combine, plus the running costs. I'm not sure what we would get. I mean, if we said that we managed to get like $700 per ton, we've had 4 tons so far, and we've not even done one turn around the field. So, I mean, yeah, really, we should be able to get it to pay for itself. I don't see why not. Now, can the combine get round this corner without me having to assist? It's managed to do the bottom corner down there okay. The only one that it couldn't do was when it had the field down there. I'm pointing at the screen again. I keep doing this. I'm actually physically pointing at the screen. You can't see me, so yeah, it would help if I sort of indicated by sort of pointing like this. So yeah, the ditch over there, we had a bit of trouble with it there, but the rest of it seems to work really well. We got the follow me driving on the crop there, and does that work like hired help? I'm going to jump back a minute and I'm going to go and have a look, because if it works with the same exact script as the hired help, it shouldn't have killed the crop. It has killed the crop. So if you've got it on follow me and it goes into the crop, it will destroy the crop. It's only the combine when harvesting that doesn't destroy the crop, or any other vehicle that's with the standard hired help when it's trying to turn on another field or something like that. That won't do any damage, but apparently it does do damage on the rest of it. We're coming up to our second load. So that's 8 ton from just once around this field, and we haven't even completed once around the field. That, I think, is pretty good. I think we're going to get a good yield out of this, which means we will also be able to easily make back what we paid out for the combine. So I just want to take a quick look for another time. How much could we go to? Because, I mean, we could go up to, like, one of these. You wouldn't see Russell Mash in New Zealand, but you would see Massey Ferguson and you would see Case. We could go up to something like this. That's 22,000. Now, that's getting expensive. And also, I don't particularly like that combine because it doesn't have a tow hitch on it. Can I fit under there? Don't think I can. I think I'm going to have to disable the hired help a minute and just twist round ever so slightly like that. There we go. I'm racing up here. That is... we are almost out of time. I've got to take the follow me off. Yeah, we're almost out of time, so we are going to finish doing this little bit here. And then in tomorrow's episode... can I get in there without... oh, no, I've just hit the header. This is not the way to do it. Right. It's a little bit of a squeeze down the side here. I should have stopped the combine a little bit earlier. And, right, if I come over like that, and as I turn, there we go. Right, now I'm unloading. Right, that's fine. That tractor is still going. It does seem to take a long time to do it with the hired help like that. I might consider actually just putting the regular hired help going on that, because it takes so long to turn on each headland. And that's my timer going off to say that we've run out of time. We're going to carry on with this harvest in our next episode. Although in our next episode, what I'm thinking of doing is I'll leave the combine going. There's something else that I want to look at. I want to go back up near the sheep, because there's a track up there that we're going to be using, and the mod, is it the ground improvement mod? I think it is. It's the one that's basically linked up with the roller. You can like change all. You can put loads of different textures on it, and I couldn't get it to work in Goldcrest Valley. I have since found out why it didn't work in Goldcrest Valley. It's because we already had a roller on the map, and the mod had an issue where it wouldn't accept it just wouldn't load the game. It would basically crash it if you had a roller already on the map. They've since done an update for that. I've seen the update is released this morning, and so now we don't have that issue with the roller on map. We don't have the roller on this map anyway. So I thought we'd try it on this one. We're going to go up by the sheep, and the track that we were going along through the field over to the animal dealership, we're going to sort of paint that track. We're going to use the roller to create an actual decent track on the field. And we might use it somewhere else as well. I'm not quite sure where we would go, but I'd like to just, try it out a little bit and see a few different textures that are available and see what we can do with it. I don't know how much I'm going to use on this map, because I would like to use it as well in Goldcrest Valley, especially around the bees and stuff that we're setting up there. That could be quite interesting using that. But anyway, today is all about combining, and tomorrow we're going to be wanting to do something different because I like to give you a bit of variety. This combining is going to take us a fair while, I think. Although it should now speed up. Now that we've done once around the field, I can just leave it chugging away in the field, and we can go on and we can do other things. Of course, the other option is that I could also lease a bigger combine, but I can't do that yet. Now, what is it going to try to do on this corner? I think it's trying to... Is it trying to turn round? Not quite sure. It's a shame. Oh, if I could bring that up, could I... Oh, I see. No, it's actually just got hopelessly stuck. I got a feeling it's actually trying to just get straight across and carry on over there. That's what I think it's doing. So let's come round here and start it up again. Right, you stay there, Mr. Tractor. No, 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 no. Don't drive into me. No, no, no. Right, that one can carry on, and now I'm probably going to have to help this tractor out a little bit. It's going to get confused. It's going to come down here. Oh no, is it going to... What's it going to do? Is it going to recognise that we've changed course? Yes, it is. Look at that. Right, he's going to recognise the changing course, and he's going to go on up there. Excellent. So, yeah, I know that I've only been sort of doing stuff with vanilla stuff. Most of it so far, we've had a few mods coming in. But now we can start moving towards the more automation on the map. I did say previously that I would like to kind of run it like this and start using a lot more automation. I've never used Courseplay, and it's something I keep getting people ask me to use. I'm going to be looking at it at some point, however I don't know when. I've never ever used it before, so it could be quite interesting watching me bumble my way through it. I think actually with Courseplay I might just sort of try to figure out how to use it before I start recording. I think that's one of those things that is just going to be painful to watch if I don't do something like that. When it's coming around the inside of the corner here, it does seem to leave an awful lot of the crop. I just want to see how it's going to handle the corner over here. It didn't do very well on the corner there. I got a feeling it's going to end up trying to do the same thing going around this corner as well. So we'll wait and see. That tractor down there over in the other field, that is... He's turning round. What is he doing? He was coming forwards just now. Oh no, he's come to the end of the row. He's just backing up to turn round now. So he's still going, and he's taking a long time about it. I think we'll finish that one. But anyway, this is the one that we're worrying about today. I will get that other one finished, and then tomorrow we're going to take a look at that roller. And once this field is finished, we've got to get those two trees out. I'm really looking forward to seeing how all of the different machinery can cope with these massive drainage dishes in the middle of the crop. Right, that one's come round there. And he's done a pretty good job, I would say, of going around that corner. That was pretty good. So I think we can now trust this machine to carry on. I think the only thing that we need to be slightly concerned about is its habit of trying to get across the ditch just there, because it's trying to go across a point that's just a fraction too deep for it. But yeah, well, that's okay. I'm going to leap out, and I'm going to jump into this one so that I can follow it along. My question for this week is, we got that field right there, which is field 6. Do you want me to put that one as maize silage and take it just up that hill to the maize silage and take it just up that hill to the biogas plant? I've got 2 fields over there, the grass fields, which are field 7 and 8. I could do grass silage there and take that up the track into the biogas plant to do our silage up there. Possibly field 12 as well. Not sure on that one yet. Or I could do all 3. Well, I'll do those 2 and then possibly add in a bit more grass as well at a later date. I don't know yet because I don't know what sort of time we'll have for it. But anyway, which do you want? Do you want just maize silage? Do you want just grass silage? Or do you want maize and grass silage? It's your vote. It's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know what you would like and why. And don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. Coming in for our 3rd load of the day now. Pick this one off. That combine can then carry on. I'll put this back on to follow me. Don't know how much I'm going to have done by next episode. I'll probably just go around the field once more and then I will let it carry on. I want to get that over there finished more than anything. So hopefully the combine here can just carry on as it's going and do everything just tickety-boo. We'll see. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.